Oh, I need it. Here we go. You can put computers away if you've got low batteries or don't want to mess with them. For the first part, I'm going to walk you through some slides, and then we're going to go in and I'm going to show you the little bit of a product demo. And then after that, our intent is to leave some time so you all can go in and play with it a little bit while you're in the room, and we can help you kind of navigate some things your first time in. So that is the plan for today. Are you all excited to be here? You're our very first group.
Yeah, very.
Very first group. We are thrilled to be launching this. It has been a long time coming, and I could do cartwheels up and down the hallway when I found out that we were getting this, because it is unreal. Yes, we do have, for those that are joining virtually, we do have, Scott is in the room and he's also on Zoom. So he'll be looking at chat. If you have questions that you want to put in there, that would be great. It looks like our Lenora video's on. That's somebody else on that one. I saw the Genius one. That freaked me out for a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share the slides here. And the screen. We do have in the room with us, for those that have not met, Casey Richardson, our new Director of Marketing and Communications. She is in here today to kind of tag team, and then we've got Hank, Jean, and Scott in here to help answer questions and write down notes. Write down any questions you all have that I say or Casey says we don't have the answer to yet. You all are our very first group. I will warn you, for those of you that have not done a beta group before or been the first out, there are things in there that either we haven't run into, and so we might not know that are there that we need to address, or there's going to be things that pop up. There are things that we do know that are in there right now. A lot of it's on the back end that we've noticed so far, as far as pictures coming over, your correct pictures coming over, your correct headshots, making sure everything aligns with what you all want, what you all are used to having. Our IT department and Casey and her department have been unreal at making sure that we have as much done for you when you come into this room and get onto the platform as we possibly can. But no, being the first group out, there's still going to be probably some things that you all run into. And that's why we want you in this first group. We want you to go in and play with it, mess with it, tell us what isn't perfect so we can fix those things. As with any technology, it's never perfect. This one is as close to perfect as I've seen, and much better than a lot of our other platforms. Do you want to grab that door just in case somebody walks through? We don't get a lot of background noise. There's my little clicker here. Okay, couple of background things to go through with you real quick. Hi, ladies. There's 3 desks left and they're a little spread out. Welcome, welcome. All right. As with anything, if you've done training with me in the past several years, if you've done anything with me, you know that what my mantra is as far as what I look for. I look for things and products and tools and technology and resources that can save you time and make you more money. If it doesn't do those 2 things, it does not pass the Christian test, and that's the BHG test. And I will tell you, Moxi is going to do both of those for you. It really allows us to have a single source, a single destination. One of the first questions that you're going to ask is what happens with Zap, and Zap will go away. Zap is no longer, I know. Can we get some cheers? It also will replace REW, Home Suite, Kansas City Homes Backend, whatever name you want to call it. We have a lot of them. We like to confuse everybody with a million names. It's going to replace that as well. That system, both Zap system is going to get replaced real quick. The REW, kansascityhomes.com, that will be through the course, we'll run probably parallel systems through the end of January, middle of January. So both of those will be up as we get everybody converted over. But those two platforms, what's great about Moxi is we no longer have these two separate platforms, one that we're managing here locally, and then one that we're being provided nationally. This merges both of those two together. And I think that simplifies a lot of the things that we do. A lot of the places that you have to go to try to hunt and peck and find things are now going to be housed in one place. So not just from simplicity of the websites and a place to put your clients, it is a true CRM. The CRM is built on the Ninja system. It's not a lead incubation tool. It is a true CRM. The website and the CRM. The CRM is called Engage. And we've got little handouts for you. And for those of you that are online, we will email you the handouts that we have. The Engage and websites, those are what is coming towards the end of fourth quarter. So we're rolling out first what they call the marketing pack, which is Present and Impress. That's what you're going to see today, is the Present and Impress platforms. The CRM and the website is coming very soon. It will follow pretty quickly, and we plan to, if you all want to partake, we plan to roll that out just as we're rolling out Present and Impress, and have this group be our first group on those platforms as well, since you're the first ones on Present and Impress. So today I'm going to focus really on Present and Impress and give you kind of a rundown of what you get in those platforms, and then we're going to go in. I'm going to show you some things in the platform, and then we're going to let you all play with the platform and in the room. That way, if you have questions, if you're not sure where to click, where to go, we can help you. Why we have you in here. I just talked through all that. I need to learn to click. Here's a visual for you of what we are seeing today, Present and Impress, and then what is coming soon. Okay, Present. Present is the piece of Moxi that allows you, it has a CMA built in it. It has, right now, it has our listing, our new seller book built into it. It is the tool that you can use to impress your clients when you're going on a listing appointment. You've got your buyer consultation. We'll eventually have that new buyer book that is close to being done loaded up in there. Right now, we just have the seller book loaded in there, but it really gives you one place to go and have a seamless presentation for your clients versus having one presentation that has your bio and your testimonials and your marketing plan, all the seller book pages, and then you have your CMA. And typically right now you're going out and we've got two different presentations and two different look and feel. This will merge those two together for you. It'll put all your branding on it. There's a lot of stuff in there that will already be done for you. I think if I missed anything, these are kind of the bullet points on the presentation side of Moxi, which is the Present. It is interactive. You can edit it really quickly on the fly and on the go, which is very, very nice. It's branded to both. It's got your BHG branding in there, but it also can have your personal branding on it as well. So it'll merge both of those together. And it also gives you the ability to either print and take it with you or present it digitally. You can also email it to your client. You can do the printed presentation, email the link to them, present it digitally. You've got lots of different ways that you can present those. This is a stat from Moxi Works. With the agents that are using Moxi Present, they're seeing an increase of 43% of the agents have an increase in transactions every year. So Moxi Works actually tracks what the brokerages that are plugged into it, what they're doing to make sure that their products are truly saving you time and making you more money. Impress. Impress is a side of the platform that you may I talk about this a lot. So you may have heard me talk about this a lot. Impress is the automation tools for your listings. It is also all of your flyers, your postcards, anything marketing that you're going to use will live in Impress. When you get a listing that goes live, it is all fed into Impress from MLS. So you'll get an email. A lot of you may have seen emails. For those that have active listings, you may have seen an email that came through about a week ago that said that your listing materials are now ready. When a listing goes live, you will get that automated email that says your materials are now ready. I'm going to show it to you in just a second, but you go in, they already have things created for you. You can customize it to your heart's desire, but they have things that are in there that are already created, so you don't have to spend hours upon hours recreating flyers, doing postcards, doing social media posts, doing single property websites. Lots of capability in there, not just for active listings, but also just for marketing in general. So we'll spend some time in that platform today.
So with the postcards, will that be like Pinpoint was, will it?
There's
generate-
Pinpoint will still, that will still exist under the Pinpoint flag, that database.
So these postcards?
You
where
could
will-
use these postcards though to send out your Pinpoint.
Okay.
Are these gonna like replace the 20 that you get?
The TEL 25, they will not replace the TEL 25. We are working with Print Time right now to find out if we can use these postcards. If you go in and customize them, if we can have you all just email your postcard to them and they can use that for your TEL 25. So we're working through that with them right now. The automation on the listings goes through the life of the listing. So if there is a price adjustment, you'll get another automated email saying that all of your materials have been updated. So you don't have to go in and update it for it. The system will do it for you. It'll also do it when you sell a property. So when you have a property that goes into sold status, it'll update all those materials as well. So now instead of having just listed cards, you'll have just sold postcards. You'll have marketing materials that you can advertise it on social media. Your resources and your training when you leave this room. We have built on BH Genius. We have all of your materials, everything that we're covering in this class, the resources that I'm going to tell you to go find are all on one page for you. We're getting resources and information from Moxi, and we're getting them from Realogy, and we're getting them from BHG, and we're trying to take all of those and simplify it to make it 2 clicks for you to get in and get all your materials and also click through the training. I'm going to show you real quick where this lives. There's a little secret. I'm going to request that you all keep it to yourselves to make it easy. Oh, I need to go back. Let's go to home. You can go to the BH Genius website, or you can just do moxilaunch.com. We bought that URL, it was available. So we own moxilaunch.com, and it'll kick you right into our Moxi launch page, which you may or may not have been to and seen. This is just general information, launch information for everybody. As we roll out our teams, I'm going to tell you where this little hidden bug is. It's at the very bottom of the page, right above the footer. If you click on this, it'll take you into all of the materials that you're going to need. Most companies right now are accessing the Moxi products by having to go through Greenhouse. I don't like having to go through Greenhouse. It's entirely too many clicks. Does anybody disagree with that?
No.
Emphatically no.
So what we did on this page
Valuable time wasted.
is we found the direct links. And so if you go to this page again, go to moxilunch.com, scroll to the bottom and click on that bug, and you get to this hidden page. The reason that we have it hidden right now is we want to make sure that we get everybody trained and through this before they just go on and try to figure it out themselves. That's where we get mass frustration. So your direct links live right here. This will direct link you into Impress. This will direct link you into Present. Once you're in, you can click on either one of them. It's not 2 separate places, it's one platform. Whichever one you want to click on, you're going to end up in the same place. Not going to click on that yet. Down below, there is a slide deck that I'm going through today. There are these really great getting started guides for both present and impress. We started to recreate these and decided it was already done for us. Moxi has unbelievable support. Their support is phenomenal. If you click on either one of these, the Impress one, for example, it'll take you to PDF. And if you click on these, it'll take you right into an how-to. And each of these topics will show you a video. It'll also give you a PDF that shows screenshots of exactly what to click on and where. So incredibly thorough. You don't have to go through a 2-hour class. You can actually get topic-based learning at the click of a couple clicks and you're there, and you can watch a 2-minute video. Some of them are longer depending on what the topic is. And then you can also get a print off too. So you can have it right in front of you as you're clicking through. You've got the same one over on this side for present. I'll click through this one and show you. This is the video, and this is the downloadable how-to guide. It walks you through step-by-step what they're walking you through in the video. So depending on if you're a visual learner, you can watch it and then do it. If you need it written, step-by-step directions written out, it's all right here for you, and it's all topic-based. In addition, there is some tools, some self-paced training on present that is in Be Better University. I've linked that here so you can go directly into it. There is also a video that you can watch on Impress. Most companies are rolling it out just with these tools. They're not doing it in person like we are. I think it's important to bring you all in to show you where all this stuff is, show you the tool, have you play with it and kind of workshop it a little bit before just letting you run loose on it. Make sure there is a note right here. Make sure when you click on this Impress, if you want to go back and watch this video, I think it's about an hour long. It's kind of the full Impress tutorial. Make sure you're logged in to Present or Impress. Make sure you're logged into Moxi before you click on that. Otherwise, you're going to get a black screen. The video player will be just black for you. So if you get that, go log into Moxi and then click on the link again and it'll load for you. This one's a little bit different. This is living in, when you click this link, it'll take you through to Be Better University. You might have to log in. And they have a getting started guide, which is that getting started guide that I posted. So you don't need to click on this. But if you click on Moxi Present, I just want to show this to you real quick because it is pretty impressive what they've done. I'm going to hit Start Course. There's 17 different lessons. Each of them have a video that goes with it, and they're also interactive. So when let me do the next one. The next one's where we've got a really good, this just shows you, come on, load, the navigation in Present. It's very intuitive. I think once you get in it, you'll see that it's pretty obvious where to click, unlike some other platforms that we have. It's interactive. So if I click on it, it'll tell me what does that button do? And it's step-by-step, kind of build, every lesson kind of builds on each other. There's a video on all of that. And then you go to the next lesson. So there's some really good learning. If you get stuck, some great resources for you. Again, go to moxilaunch.com and click on the bug at the very bottom, and you'll have access to all of this. There's access in here to an FAQ on Impress, an FAQ on Present, and then the general Moxi Support Center. In addition,
We had one question that
Yes.
they're seeing they can't get into the links via BHGG.
if you're seeing the gray buttons that say "Aw, snap," or the gray boxes, it's because you're not logged in, whatever browser you're in, you're not logged into your Kansas City Homes account. So all of this stuff lives in our Google Drive. It's just linking through. So if you're not logged into your Kansas City Homes account, you won't see, you might have a personal Gmail. And if you're not on, you'll see up here, I'm on Chrome. You'll see up here in the corner. This is how you can check to see if you're logged into your Kansas City Homes account if you're in Chrome. Up here in the corner, my picture's here, and I know that I'm logged in.
But how do you get to BHG Genius? I don't know how to do that.
It's just bhggeniuskch.com. It's linked on KCH Agent, and yes, we'll send out,
Okay.
after the session this morning, we'll send out an email that has links to this. So save that email. But so you don't have to remember everything, all these links, or just go to moxilaunch.com. And that will take you into BH Genius. We also have an internal email address that you can use, similar to some of our other platforms. If you email moxihelp@kansascityhomes.com, that'll route to Casey and her team, as well as Jean, Scott, and Hank. And we've got several people that are monitoring all emails that come in there, so they'll respond as quickly as they can and get you the information that you need. Last thing on here that I want to show you is down here, there's a form that's built in. It's a Google form. We are going to ask, since you all are our first group out, we're going to ask for feedback. We want to know how your experience is going. If you have questions, if you have, something's not in there that you thought was going to be in there, if you've got suggestions for improvements or positive feedback, we would love for you. I made this form as simple as I possibly can. You just put your type of feedback. There's a paragraph and then which platform you're working in. And it might be both of them. And then you hit submit and that'll send, again, it'll send us an email so we can kind of track feedback and make sure that we're addressing the things. There are things that we see, but we don't see it all. So you all are the ones that are going to be in it quite a bit working and doing things. So we would really, really appreciate your feedback. All right, you ready to go in and look at it? Enough of me talking. I'm just going to close some of these tabs up here. Close. Here it is. All right, we are going to start in present. I'm logged in as Rick Bowers because I have his password. After he had to go through resetting his password, which is why we did the tutorial on how to reset your greenhouse password. You will use to log into Moxi, you will use your greenhouse password. So after you click on those two, the direct links, you're going to log in using your greenhouse password and username. Remember, your username is that firstname.lastname@bhgrealestate.com.
Hey, Christian.
Yes.
Christian,
Yeah,
Christian,
I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I don't have much of a voice.
That's okay.
Okay, so I've opened up the greenhouse and it just says the greenhouse and my tools and my pages. Where do I go?
I'm going to have you don't do anything right now. I want you to watch right now. And then when I'm done showing, then we'll have you all go in and access.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I want to start here by showing you a couple things on navigation before we go in. Remember, we're in the presentation tool. When you log in for the first time, you'll likely see this sample. You'll see a sample presentation and nothing else. Once you start doing presentations, once you start doing CMAs, they'll all live in tiles up here. So you'll be able to see and click into any presentation that you've done in the past. You can also delete them, you can archive them if you want to kind of clean your screen up a little bit. Up here at the top, we'll start up here at the very, very top. This is where you can toggle between present and impress. Promote, we're not going to go into right now. Directory, I do want to show you directory real quick. Directory is a directory of everybody in the company. with their cell phone numbers. So if you're looking for an agent, you can also click whatever office they're in.
That's good.
If you click, yeah, we have never had a directory before that lives online, so I was like, oh. I don't have to go to kansascityhomes.com anymore. This is awesome.
Then you can't figure out what officer.
It has addresses for the office and then everybody in that office in alphabetical order, which is so nice. It also has staff in here as well. So you've got staff contact information as well, but the directory is awesome. So just wanted to point that out really quick. I'm gonna click back over here to present.
And
Well,
if you guys see your picture, if it's not updated, just email us, and let us know. And if you have the updated picture, email that to us too, and we get that paid for.
Yes. So the next bar down here, you're going to see, some of you will see 2 options and some of you will see 3. It depends on whether or not you're on a team. So Moxi is incredibly team friendly and getting even better. You have your presentations. If you're on a team, it'll say team presentations. So for those team members that are on with us or in the room, you can actually have presentations that are set up and shared with your teammates. And then you've got brokerage presentations. Anytime you're in Moxi and you see brokerage presentations, that's coming from Casey and her team. So those are done by us, by Kansas City Homes. If you see BHGR or Better Homes and Gardens, that's done by the brand. So brand is all national stuff. Brokerage is all Kansas City Homes stuff. You've got team presentations and then your presentations. You also have up here your library. So you might want to go in and upload if you've got, a different headshot, or maybe you've got your team headshot and then you all have individual headshots. You can go in and upload your own photos. You can upload PDFs of, if you've got a page in your presentations that has your bio, if you've gone in and done some custom pages, your own marketing plan, you can load all of those in my library. And we'll go in there in just a few minutes. I just want to show you navigation right now. The next little deal here, cog, is our settings. And I am going to click into that real quick. So these are your present settings. You'll probably want to go in here pretty early on and just kind of figure out what you want to be your defaults. You can always change it by presentation, but what do you want your default to look like? So we have our primary brand, the default right now, we've got all of the brand stuff in here. Our company default, which is the same. You also have a distinctive collection default. When you're in a presentation, if you're doing a distinctive collection home, you can actually brand that presentation distinctive collection and it'll flip all the branding for you just with a click of a button, which is nice. Your PDF headers. This won't make a whole lot of sense until you really see a presentation, but you've got options for a couple of different headers that you have on your presentations. And here you can select which one you want. Oh, why is there only one of them in there now? What happened to all of them? Oh, there it is. So this is the default one. And then you've got that one that's a little bit lighter. You've got that one that's just kind of a grayscale, a little bit more muted. You've got one that doesn't really have any color, just your text is going to be green. And then you've got the green with the white. Same thing with your footers. And it'll show you a preview of what it looks like with your information in there. And back to here. I'm going to go back up here to the top bar real quick. If you have, when we were logged into Rick's account last week, we noticed that his legal name is Richard, but he goes by Rick. And so on his flyers and everything that he usually produces, he puts Rick and not Richard. If you want to change your name, you can. you would click up here on your picture, there's a little drop down, and you can go into my account. And there's a couple things you can change the information that's going to feed in. So if you want to change your name, your contact information, and any of your social media, you can put social media profiles in here. You can also change your About Me paragraph right from this screen too.
That's
I haven't clicked on
automatically
this.
loaded in there.
Yes, it should be, as long as it was on, yeah, in Dash.
That you have to change our headshots, we can't do it ourselves. We have to change your headshot and present, you can change your headshot and impress. I know I answer why that is, but if the headshot's wrong, let us know, we'll just do it for you anyway. Okay. Don't try to keep track of that. Okay. Because sometimes they're gonna let us change them in the application, sometimes you have to do Dash, just send it to us, we'll be happy to do both, and then you don't have to worry about it. Okay.
You can change your email signature. That shows you the default. You can do custom, basic, you can load in your logos. There's all sorts of customization that you can do in here. Go in here, click around, and you'll find all sorts of fun stuff that you can start customizing if you want to. Okay. Let's go into, I'm going to do the create new. I'm going to show you how to create a presentation in here. Right up here, I'm going to hit create new. It's going to ask me the presentation type. More often than not, you're probably going to do a seller presentation, listing presentation. We're going to hit continue. Now we can pick the template that we want. The template that we want, the template that we choose, it's going to pull those pages of content into it. So if we want to pull all the pages from the seller book, the Kansas City Home Seller book, we go right down here and select this one. Now, once we get into it, we can take stuff out and add stuff and move things around. But if we want to hit the easy button and just have it all pulled in for us initially, you'll hit that, the KCH Seller book pages. If you click this little drop down, you can also get, this is all Kansas City Homes. Remember, brokerage is Kansas City Homes. And then you also have the Better Homes and Gardens. They have a bunch of different templates in here. They have the distinctive home template in here. So you've got a couple different options there. I believe if you have, you can create a template, can you not? You can create your own. Yes, you can create your own. So that would show up if you've got Karen's template, it would show up on that drop down. Don't quote me on that because we haven't practiced with that. Judith?
Has marketing ever done a study that shows, I mean, 19 pages, even if when I go through it, I get bored. And I think, has anybody ever done a study that shows which ones are more effective or what's the most effective number of pages to really do a presentation and get everything across?
We have not done an official study on that. We've done an unofficial study on that by asking a lot of you what pages you use, what pages are missing, what information. When you have that whole book, what are the pages that you're actually flipping to when you're in front of a seller? What pages are you utilizing? And unfortunately, we can ask 20 agents and we'll get 21 different answers. So we try to put enough in there that satisfies everybody without, what you don't want to do is overwhelm the seller and put just select all. So we've tried to pare that down. We took the seller book from 38 pages, 37 pages, and really pared it down to, and the reason it says 19 is because we've got duplicate covers that are going to pull in there. So you can just unselect the cover that you don't want. But we try to pare it down as much as we can without diluting the content and the
We cut
information.
it pretty much in half,
Okay.
but like Trish was saying, there's a couple covers that you can remove.
I hate to see that glazed look.
Yeah.
coming with the seller.
Yeah.
Yes. Karen?
Just, I did a focus group, and I I think I had a dozen people in the focus group and showed them and asked them. And it wasn't the number of pages, it was the relevant pages. If it was the general stock stuff, they
The
didn't care.
fluff.
If it didn't personally pertain to them, they didn't care.
Mhm. That's
That
pretty
was-
accurate. Yep.
So this pulls from the Casey agent or the.
Yes.
the group, okay.
Yep, all those pages. Okay, I'm gonna hit continue.
And then can you add your own pages? in
Yes.
there?
Yep. Yes. You remember, Casey, what that, or Scott, what that MLS number was? I don't know if I wrote it on this. Where's my little sticky? Oh,
234-7927.
234.
7927 is one.
Okay.
And I'll give you the other one.
Okay, I'll try this one. So this now boots us into, this is the CMA builder. So I can copy for the subject, I'm at the subject property right now. Up at the top, it kind of tells you, gives you step by step of what you're going through. Right now I'm at subject property. I can pull all the data in from a previous MLS listing by just putting in an MLS number. I don't have to start this way. I can start with just a blank form and input the information. What's the other one, Scott?
The other one is 234-6026.
I think that one is now pending. It might both be now. There we go. I can, after I pull this in, I can edit the information. So if I want to at least start with the old MLS information, I can, and then I can go through and I can edit any of these fields. I can also, if it's not mapped correctly, I can grab this and move this.
Does it have to be active or you can?
No,
do it-
you can do it.
Do your old soul and like,
Yep, you can do your old,
That's
yep,
okay.
you can do historical. If you want to change the picture, if you've gone by and you've taken an updated picture of the property and you want to change the picture, you do that right here. And you can go through and change any of these fields. So you've got community information, subdivision, MLS area, school district, and then your subject property information. It has the tax amount. You can put in tax year if you want that, HOA dues, lot dimensions, all your features. It will pull in the most recent MLS remarks. Their field, the character limit in their field is a little bit different from MLS. So if you've taken every single character in MLS, what the previous listing had, you're gonna have to it'll show up as a red box around here if you're over your character limit. For some reason, it always puts this big space in at the front. Sometimes that'll help. I'm just gonna delete some, for example. And then down here, I can put in, if I know of a previous sale that maybe wasn't in MLS, maybe it sold for sale by owner between the last time it was in MLS and the time you're going, I can put that in here. Any questions on that page before I go on? This will automatically pull based on location. If you want to pull on MLS numbers, if you've gone into MLS and gone through and you've got the comps that you want used and you've got MLS numbers, you can also do it by MLS number. You can do either one. If we just keep it on location, it's going to pull the nearest. I can do it by school over here on the map. I know this is hard to see. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I can do it by school by clicking on the map. I can draw. If I want to just draw the subdivision, I can do that. I can also do a radius right on the map. Down here, it's showing me all of the homes. You can see what's happening on the map as I scroll down. It's showing me where that home was. I can also come over here on the map. And I can click and get just some quick information on that. You do have to go through and check the ones that you want to include in your presentation. Up here, I know it's kind of hard to see if you're in the room, there's a button where you can include all or exclude all. So if I'd probably hit include all and then go through and uncheck the ones that you don't want.
Where's the check?
Once you click that, it'll show up. If I click on any of these, it'll give me why isn't it doing it now? There we go. It'll give you the listing details and you can scroll through all the pictures.
How many will it let you?
They'll let you put in as many as you want.
That's what happens if we do.
But the thing is with CMA, you want to try to keep it as little,
Yeah.
as narrow as possible to make it a good CMA for your client.
You can, when it's pulling, whether if you're in location, you can click on these up here and bracket the price. You can also do bedrooms, bathrooms, and then there's additional filters that you can do too. Yeah, so that's up there at the top in the filters.
But if you want to do just by subdivision, you have to go in and
Draw it.
manually draw it. How do you know specifically where?
Oh, no,
where
there's
those-
MLS subdivision right there. Because you don't know that, you didn't know that we had an ocean and you could also do your time on, this is where you could also bracket like your time on MLS, how far back you want it to go. How far back you want your solds to go. If you want any other, you want coming soon. Any others, if you want to check or uncheck these, you can. You've got short sale, bank owned property down there. So you've got a lot of the options.
So similar to how you did on MLS.
Yes, it is. It is. Some people want to start with MLS just because that's what you're used to. And then to get it into the nice, pretty presentation for the seller, you come over here and hit your MLS number. And you just enter your MLS numbers right here. If you want to start an MLS and you don't want to mess with any of the,
And also you can't find your comps with the big geographic.
yes. Yep. I'm going to hit continue. You'll see as this is loading, you've got the option here up here to add a custom listing. So if there's something that's sold off market that's not in MLS, you can add that right here. You can also view the listings that you have in here on a map. It'll give you your summary here. From here, you can remove listings. This will show you basically, here's what you've selected, kind of the are you sure page, and then do you want to make any adjustments? You can make adjustments in here. You can edit the remarks. If you want to edit the remarks and maybe not put the MLS remarks in, but put your own notes in on the property. I know a lot of people like to kind of handwrite on, you know, what they saw when they went through, why they thought it was a comp, how they thought it compares. You can do that right there as well. Scroll down through here. If you get to this and you're like, I need to add more listings, very bottom, you can add more listings without having to go back and start over. Questions on this page? Okay. Continue. This is where you can do your pricing. You can do, this will pull in based on the comps that you've used. You can also create a range. So if you want to show range, you can create range, which I know that's how a lot of us do our CMAs. And then if you want to put any remarks about how you arrived at that range, you can do that as well. That just shows you all your, again, your listing summary. This is the page where you're going to build the presentation. So remember we selected the template and the template we selected was the seller guide. This over here shows us all 19 pages. So if we want to, right now we've got 3 different covers in there. So depending on which cover we want, we probably want to take out the other 2. You just hover over it and hit the X and it takes it out.
Does that cover another?
It is also drag and drop.
Oh, good.
So you can reorder your pages.
And then you can add pages of your own up there, that add page.
Yes. So what I don't have in here right now is I hit add page up here and I can create a new page from here, or I can just add from the library. So what you do want to add, if you select that seller book template, what's not in there are your CMA pages. What's in that template are your content for your KCH pages. If you want your CMA pages in there, you need to go to add page. And over here on the left-hand side, it'll show you kind of categories. These are the report pages. The report pages are the CMA. If I want to add the listing location map, I just hit that add button. From here, you can select if you want side-by-side comparison. If you want single page for all the listings and make it 80 pages, you can hit add there. Your comparisons, your averages. You've got all sorts of pages there. If you right click next to any of these, you can see what these look like and just print a single page.
Christian, we had a question, can you
Yeah.
import Zillow or Google reviews to the presentation?
Not that we found yet.
Not that we have found, yeah, not that we found yet. You've got to create, what you'd want to do is create a custom page, a PDF that has kind of your testimonials on it.
I saw an agent profile. Is that what comes from our website?
Let's add that. It's probably what comes when you go to that, when you go to your information, that about me, that's
Yeah.
probably what it's going to pull from.
Okay, so we don't have to have our own bio now.
Correct. So your other options here to add pages in, you've got all the pages here from our KCH pages. So if you accidentally deleted a page and you need to go back and put it back in, you can do that right here. And then you also have access to 122 pages that the brand has. So if you want to do some brand pages, you can do that as well. This took me a little bit to figure out how to get back to my presentation. If I click right up here on this arrow and click presentation, it takes me right back into my presentation. And from here, again, you can move things around. The pages that you add will come up to the top under the cover, but you can drag and drop.
Christian,
Yes.
when you click on those different presentation or different pages, do they show what they are?
They will. So when you're in that add pages, I
Yeah,
wonder what happens when you click on the pencil edit. That just gives you a preview of that live section, not the PDF version. When I was in add page,
uh,
if you click on the 3 dots next to it and hit print, that'll give you a preview. It'll open in another tab.
okay, thank
It'll show
you.
you what that page is.
Okay,
The other thing that you can do from this screen is I showed you how to set your template, the branding that you want most of the time. If you want to change it, remember I said once you're in a presentation, you can change the branding. So if it's a DC listing, you can do that from this little drop down as well. So you can come down to branding and you can change your header, your footers, and then your branding here. So if I want to do distinctive, I can click on that.
Are these gonna be Kansas City home branding?
They should be, yes.
And then once you get yours done, you could be done. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And down here at the bottom, once you get this set up one time,
Yeah.
if you've got kind of your order
Yeah.
of the pages you want, you hit this save as template. So when you hit the save as template, and you can either save this for just your seller presentations, you can save it under all, and it'll say, anytime you click on, you're building any of these presentations, it'll save it across all of them. Let's just click seller on that and we'll hit save. Okay, from here, up at the top, you can view, so you can view what the digital presentation would look like by clicking on web. So if you're going to present this or send the email, you can see how it's going to look. When you are in the web version, it's interactive. So you can click on it, you can get full listing detail. You can click through the pictures. You can do the same thing when you're down on the side by side. So it is an interactive presentation. Down here, it's kind of hard to see, but down in the right-hand corner, instead of scrolling, you can hit the arrow and it'll take you to the next page. You can also hit this line and you can jump to pages if you want to jump. Again, that's on your web view. If you want to view it in the PDF. So if you're going to print and take this with you, you would view it in PDF and you could print right from here. Depending on the interactive pages that you pull in will depend on how long it takes to generate this PDF. I pulled one the other day that I think we selected every single page and it took a little bit together. From right here, I can print. See this header? I told you it'd make more sense later. That's the header that's going to be on that. So if you want to change your header, you can. If you don't like that green, you want something more simple, more modern looking, you can do that.
So then you build your presentation, your book, and then you add, and then save it as a template, and then go back and add your CMA to it. Or
Once you go through this once and hit save template, then the next time you go through, really all you're doing is your CMA.
Okay.
You're not having to mess with all the pages.
Are those pages, can you edit those pages?
Those are static PDFs. We will have some pages that are going to be dynamic, but we have to wait until after the first of the year when they can program them for us. I can also send from here. So if I want to email this presentation, I can send it. I can either send it in that digital view, the web view, or I can just send them the static PDF. And I can also send it to myself.
What do most people prefer?
I like the dynamic one so they can click on it and click through the pictures and see them.
If you're not sure, you can actually click both those checkboxes and both so they get printed more.
Yes.
Okay.
Your settings are here. So if you need to change client name, you can click off the headers, header photos. And then under more, you can actually do this create quick flyer. We'll actually create a quick flyer to give them an example of a marketing piece. If you want to take that with you. Oh, I just wanted to hit view, not create. That's all right. Just choose a layout. I just picked the standard. But you've got some options there that you can, I don't even know what I selected, but you can edit. Edit those. That one's pretty boring.
Do those come from national, those templates?
They do. I can also from here, I can assign it to an agent. So if you're doing a presentation for somebody else and you want to give it to it, if you've got somebody that's going out to present it for you, you can assign it to an agent. You can assign to team from here for those of you that are on a team. And you can also add a co-presenter. So if I'm maybe co-listing something with another agent, I can add co-presenter and they have access to the presentation as well. Now we've been told if you add a co-presenter, and if I'm doing a presentation with Karen and I allow Karen to have access to it, the changes she makes and the changes I make will happen on the same presentation. That's correct, isn't it?
Believe so. So we're still trying to get some information on the assigned to agents. add
Versus the
co-presenter. Yeah. The sort of foggy.
Yes.
Sort of explain it to us.
I can also delete it from here. Okay, I never have to hit save. Once I make it past the first screen and put in the client name and what type of presentation it is, it'll save automatically. So if I get sidetracked, if I stop in the middle of it, I don't have to save. It'll save me, it'll save what I've completed. From this screen, I will warn you about this. If you click on this, it'll open the presentation. They do that so when you're out presenting live in front of a client, you don't have to go through a million clicks to try to get into presentation mode. You just click right on the picture and it takes you right into the digital presentation. If you want to edit the presentation, you click on the little pencil. And from there, it'll take you right back in. And you can click on any of these up there. If you just want to go to pages and maybe you forgot a page, you can do that from there.
Pull in the CMA that we created.
That was in the pages.
It was in the page.
Yes. So if I click on this, I think it's right after the covers. I pulled in just a couple pages from that. That's under the report pages. I forgot to delete that. That's one of the report pages. Yeah, from the CMA. Depends on which pages you pull in. I just randomly selected some to give you the example. If you hover over the little clock, it'll tell you when you created it. And if you click on the more down here, you've got a lot of the same settings. The view, it's hidden up there. You can either view the web or the print, the PDF version. You can email it right from here. You can go into settings, you can duplicate it, delete it, archive it, go to the quick flyer, assign, and then add the co-presenter. A lot of those options that you had on that last screen under the three dots. Questions? What do you think?
This is cool. I'm glad to see that it follows, because one of the things I kind of like about the Cloud CMA is how they've added that interactive live version. It's good to see.
Yes, it's very similar, I think, to Cloud CMA. Very similar to how you can build it in there. I think it's a little bit, I'm a huge Cloud CMA user. I was, and I liked how you could pull in the pages that you wanted. You could move them around. You could add your own custom pages. This one, adding all those pages is much easier. I found than trying to do it in Cloud CMA and trying to figure out how to upload those pages.
We have one person asking, do our clients have to create an account to view the web version?
I do not believe so, no. No. Okay. Questions about present before I jump into impress? All right. I'm just going to click right up here at the top. We're going to jump over into impress. When you get into impress, if you have active listings, if you have something under contract, it's gonna show up right there for you. It'll show up. Rick has never logged in here. We've come in here and played with a couple of things, but this is what his dashboard looked like the first time that we logged in. The projects that it created for him. I'm gonna select this one because I don't think we did any projects on the Moody Park one. I'm gonna show you first the automated tools, and then I'm gonna show you all of the other stuff that you can create in here. So right here, let me see if I can make this bigger.
Rich, I have one more coming in. that
Yep.
says, Compass has come out with some very cool pages. Will we see something comparable to templates we have access to?
If you can tell us what really cool pages they've come out with, what they look like, we're happy to create them. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna hit this view projects. These are the projects that the system just automated and created. They did 9 of them for me, or for Rick. They did a just listed postcard. They did a video where they took the first 10 pictures in MLS and put it to music. They did an e-postcard, so it's basically an e-newsletter about this listing. A virtual tour. It's not video, it's going to be static pictures, but a virtual tour. You're just listed for Instagram, just listed for Facebook. They did an 11 by 17 vertical brochure and then a flyer. An 8.5 by 11 flyer. These are just system generated. These are your easy jump in, click on one of these. I need to get out the door. And it's not showing you everything because I zoomed in. I don't want to customize it. I just want to get out the door. You click on the flyer. And from here, you can download your PDF. You can preview it. You can edit. Here's your preview. Now you can go in and edit all this and move all this stuff around. You can pull different pictures in, you can change the verbiage on it, but it at least gives you something that if you're in a hurry, it's pulling everything in that you put into MLS.
Who sends out and produces the just listed cards and what's the turnaround time?
We have not, we're testing this week. I think the vendor that they use is Express Docs. We're testing it with our printer and then looking at some other options.
If you send it out for Express Docs, then do you have to upload a
List,
meeting list?
yes,
So you can do
yes,
that.
it's easier just to send it to print time. What we're checking on with print time is whether we can, which we've been able to do that in the past, where we can download, here's your just listed postcard, and I can download it and email it to them and say, this is what I want to go out for my till 25.
So how long a time before, I know print time grabs, they send the card out pretty quickly.
Mhm.
How soon do we have before we make our own and let them know that we're gonna do our own?
You have, so if you're gonna do your own, you have to turn off their automated. If you go in and you can turn off the automated and then tell them, I'm gonna send you my own.
But these are separate, so if we want to just leave print time, they'll go out to
Yes,
25 people. If we want to show some, assuming distribute means that we could send them to our whole COI list if we wanted.
correct.
When I do just listed cards, I do it at a radius or a neighborhood. And so you think that the national group does that?
I don't know. I think that they have, I think in the past they have. I can't remember, to be honest. We'll have to look at that. Can you write that down to double check that?
So really we could keep both, right?
Yeah,
Or just
oh,
look at
absolutely.
coverage.
Yes. Yes,
I think Express Docs does a very good quality doc.
they do pretty good. When you hit the download, you can either download the standard PDF or there's also a commercial quality PDF. So if you're gonna send it to an outside vendor to print, you might check with them and see which one they want. but it does allow you to download the nice high resolution. You can also, we won't go into detail about this, but you can also publish a PDF to a web page, so you have a unique link for it. If you're going to use it, not in direct mail, but if you're going to use it digitally, you can do that as well. I want to show you a couple other things that are in the projects here. I know that I kind of skipped right in and went into the automated listings. You don't have to have a listing to use Impress. There's a lot of different tools in here that you can use. I will tell you, we are working on a feed from MLS right into here for all of your pre-MLS. So you can have all your marketing stuff created before it even goes live. So that feed right now, they just gave us the MLS grid. A lot of technical stuff on the back end just allowed for that about 15 days ago. And we're the first ones to try to contact them to even try to set this feed up. I don't think many people even know that this feed is available, but it is. And Jean is working with the guys at MLS Grid and Heartland MLS to get that feed going for us. So it will allow you, if you're putting listings into pre-MLS, it'll pull everything from MLS into here. Now, that also means that it's going to pull whatever pictures you have in MLS. So if you don't have any pictures in pre-MLS, you're not going to have any in here either. But you can load your own pictures right into here. You don't have to use the ones that are in MLS. You could load your own.
So when you said it can create other things, are you like marketing pieces?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I'm going to walk through some of these. So right now I'm under, when I first logged in, I was under the home screen that showed active listings. I'm going to click over here to projects. The projects are all the different assets that are in here that you can create. Up here at the top, it's going to show you recent. So what have you done recently? Since, you know, what's the most recent project you've been working on? It'll allow you to click right into those. That way you don't have to go try to search and find them. It'll show you what was the most recent. You can, where is that? Oh, I think it was on the phone or on the on a different screen. Down here, you can create folders. So if you want to create, it'll automatically create folders for each of your listing. But if you want to create one called, you know, your COI contact stuff, you can create one, and all the projects that you do for that can be put into a folder for you. So it's not just a long list of everything you've ever done. I'm going to click here on create a new project. And this is your design gallery. So up here, it's going to, you can click on any of these. It can show you your most recent ones if you want to view it that way. When you are in the system, if you want to favorite, and I think I favorited one. Yeah, I favorited two the other day when I was in here. So those are my favorites. Most popular, you want to see what everybody else is using? Popular, and then any featured, which might be as we upload new ones, or they have the ability to have new projects. Those will probably be under featured. I'm just going to go back to recent. Down below, it'll show you all of them. So these are all the different designs. So you can do brochures, e-cards, flyers, postcards, social media posts, videos, virtual tours. You can even do a property website, and it hosts it for you as well. So you don't have to, for those that do single property websites right now and have it hosted, you don't have to pay for that anymore. It's all built in here for you. So this is sorting it by product. I could also sort by task. So the tasks are just listed, just sold, open house, price reduced, or occasion. They've got some assets in here for holidays based on season, fall, spring, summer, winter. So not only are there listing specific assets in here, but there's also holiday-based, year-based assets in here as well.
Can you, if you've got like in Canva, you've got a template that you like there, can you pull that template from Canva?
You really wouldn't need to pull, if you're using it in Canva, you really wouldn't need to pull it into here. I would just use it in Canva.
Well, this basically replace Canva though. Pretty much.
Yes, yep. All right, what product do you want me to click on? What do you want me to click through? What
Look at all,
do you want to see?
all occasions.
I can sort by, let's sort by most popular. What are people clicking on? They're clicking on a Halloween social post right now. I need to name it. If I want to put it into a folder, I'm going to create new, maybe a test folder. If I like it the way it is, I just click down here. I can either download it or I can publish it to the web. If I want to edit, I click on edit. Oh, how come it didn't let me do that? This one you can't edit. It's just pretty static. Let's go into one that we can actually edit. I'll hit preview project and you can see what it looks like. This one, there's not much editing to do because it's just a social post. Let's go back on and do one that we can edit. We'll go back to this one.
What's the point of that preview only on the front of it?
So you don't download that and use it because the resolution of it's probably not great because it's a quick preview. That way it doesn't look all pixelated. And do you all want to see a single property website? You want to see a virtual tour?
I have a question.
Yeah.
You may have already answered this. So if we create a duplicate brochure or a postcard or what have you, and then you talked about doing in-house marketing and creating a print shop, so to speak, here at BHG, how are we sending those to print? Are we still running that through a print time or Kinko's in the time being? Like, I can't print a brochure and cut it off. It's like a tri-page. I don't think.
You can't print, what can't you
Like
print?
a fold over, so like.
The 11 by 17?
Yeah.
You can. But yes, we are in the process right now of getting some equipment here where we can actually print all of your stuff here on really good paper with professional binding.
So then if we send that here, would it be
Services.
an option for it to run through inner office back to our office, or are we driving out here to pick it up? I guess I'm just curious, like.
We haven't set all that up yet, but it would probably be sent back in our office, or if you needed it quicker, pick it up.
Okay.
Pick it up. If you need help printing 11 by 17s right now, just let us know.
Well, I probably-
We sent 11 by 17 paper down there and it was sent back to us because they said that nobody uses it. So we can send some back with you today and we can walk you through how to do that. It's pretty easy. That the printer down there has the capability of doing it. I'll just click into a quick flyer. We'll do just listed postcard. Something that we can edit. Because I wasn't in a listing, I actually have to load, I would have to load stuff into it. I want to click in it through the listing. So it already has everything preloaded into it. So we're gonna go back here and go to this listings, just listed postcard. I'm gonna go to edit. These are the pictures that it's using right now. If I want to change pictures, you will get on most of the pictures and it's a feed through Heartland MLS. You will get the warning on it that the resolution isn't high enough. You can swap it out. So if you want to upload the original from the photographer, you can. We are doing some test printing this week to make sure that they print okay, just fed through Heartland MLS. That's one of those things that we're still testing. I'm going to zoom in so those in the room can see this, but under all the pictures, you've got a couple of different options. You can click this just to view it bigger. You can delete this picture. If I want to use a different picture, I don't want to use the first three that was in MLS. If I click project photos, it'll actually give me every photo that was in MLS. So I don't have to necessarily upload it, if they're all right there for me already. I'll just pick this one. And now I've swapped pictures. If I want to crop it, I can hit the cropping tool.
See how that yield, it's just, that's what you're referring to, the yield symbol.
The yellow, yeah, up here in the corner. And continue. I don't know what I just did. I can change any of these fields. It's going to pull these in on the postcard, but if I want to change any of this, I can. I can change the headline.
How much is it? The house, I'm listed a house right by it.
It's already listed. I think it's under contract. I think I got multiple offers. I'm pretty sure this was the one that my mom was complaining about the other day.
Okay.
They got-
I'm listing mine for $3.
They got multiple offers.
Okay, good.
Down here is contact information. It will not change. You've got to have your name and your email address on it. It's not going to change that, but all the other stuff you can change. So if you want a different phone number, if you want a second phone number, the URL website. So now I'm back to this page where I can download my PDF. It'll bring up this screen for you and it'll give you instructions here. So make sure you read this before you just close it. There's my postcard. Back to,
And you download
There we
it, send
go.
it to the printing company?
If I click on this, our links and tools, there's actually a, if I click right here, and I know it's really hard to see if you're in the room, right here is a link. This is actually a link where they've hosted it online for you. So if you want to email this or embed it in an email, you can. If you don't want to use a super long URL, you can click shorten. It shortens it for you. And I can copy this. And this is what it'll look like if I embed this somewhere, like on a website, if I send it out in a newsletter.
And it's the same with the social, so like you saw Facebook and Instagram, those, it's it'd be the same thing. So if you click on the link and want to have a short link, you should put that right to your Facebook and it'll be through your Facebook or your Instagram.
So there, that link brings it up.
Also, is there 11 by 17 template in there?
Yep.
Maybe look at that.
Yes, absolutely. Do you all want to do you all want to log in and look at them and play, and I'll continue to play up here? I clicked on the wrong thing.
So are you actually in Moxi Present right now?
Yes. If you just type in your URL bar, present.bhgre.com and hit enter. You'll put your greenhouse credentials in.
I'm already lost. Did you repeat that? And you went, what am I, I'm on my greenhouse.
Yeah, right where you are, just do present. .bhgre.
That way it's all, I'll just get all three of us. I just recommend that.
So.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah. capital L, but I just had-
We can do that one, but if you need any
edits.
currently, at least from what we're asking them. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yep, that's the. Thank you.
Right, okay.
Yep. Okay, so you go to present.
No, because I was thinking, why didn't you change it? Why, my old password was set.
Exactly right. No, yeah, we had that question.
You had any other? You know, I had more security. That's like my bank account, so it's just.
No, I know. It's just crazy.
Sign in there.
They have a history of not hiring people sometimes.
Just keep them right.
So, we share representation made, it defaults to sharing it to every single office and every person that.
Yeah. no sharing.
Or you're gonna present.
Well,
You can just send emails.
well, I'm just in general.
No, this is because you're.
So then you can.
I said that to my.
I just-
Who's.
That just shows you like.
I made it.
There's the library.
Well, you're gonna have to come up with this.
Settings, kind of
Oh,
research.
Because it says
There. Creating new.
Dude, that's what I feel like, yeah, I kept looking and I was like, I tried to narrow this down and it's still just saying like 600.
So this would be your presentation. And then this is the
Okay.
presentation.
Beautiful property.
Also, on my listings, they have one that sold a long time ago on here. Why is it still there?
I think it's for, present.
They're
cheap on them, they want the new agent, sure.
No, it's real, no, it's
Yeah,
sold,
Lynn.
like right here.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know where I-
You like, right?
I cannot handle it. But see, right here, I sold that like last month. So how long does the sold stay in there?
No, of course it is. Because it could just be in a sold status. And it's just-
I just went to market center.
And you see how their color code. So.
Yeah, but this is pending. It doesn't put a pending.
The pending
Or
is,
links it that way.
the pending's actually a question.
Yeah, but I can't push it.
But yeah. kind of real.
The first row, we showed the quick draft. Oh, you're welcome.
Right.
Ah,
Yes. And then
The second one is.
impressed with the.
had another issue. I don't know that.
FEMA.
No, I don't know.
Let's leave it as it is. Reflect our website.
I don't, you don't want to share it.
Great.
Okay.
If I reset it, well, type it into your phone too.
So we're back to-
I don't have that book with me. So if that was a pause, I could print it.
Exactly. It's just showing you.
So if you just type present, like auto-populate. And then so now you're. This is just, yeah, once you start creating this, the analyses. Because you can go to the presentation. Correspondent, and eventually we'll have the bar, but we'll have all that kind of listed there.
Okay.
And then if you wanna play around with impress, just click on impress on top.
So in
And the directory, that's where.
10 minutes of presentation.
Yeah.
Great.
That's the directory that she was talking about too.
I think it looks.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And
Things
then
are
that's
where
why
you
you're
expect it
Yeah.
to be.
It isn't really intuitive if I go.
This is the Moxi house.
So.
So again, that can walk.
I'm ready for that.
So you have.
This is your last time.
You do?
Yeah, and so when we shows that.
It is.
we're gonna have to
So,
change it.
the answer is, a lot of times people will look so they've already auto
Yeah.
and then you scroll through. And then you can customize.
Because then they can make the argument if you
Certain ones
object to
you want.
something.
So
they
that's
scroll
what
through
we're
it.
gonna do. This is what they did for you, if you want to design.
So when people find on the national accident, they'll go through Moxi instead of that.
Yeah, they'll send you something through Zap and that'll.
That whole process has not been finished at the national level of Moxi. So they're in the process of moving that over. They'll still show up in Zap for a little while. Until they let us know that it's done, continue to take them and put them where we normally do. At some point, they're supposed to feed directly into Moxi, but I don't think that piece is done. I have not heard that back from them yet.
That's something we can totally get rid of that.
Correct, that's at some point, I'm hoping that will be happening. I don't know, I haven't seen the sunset schedule for the Zap product. So I'm hoping within a year they'll have it done. Everything that's for Zap, even the old national site, everything should transition over to the Moxi platform at the national level.
This is to
Oh.
present.bhg.
It's absolutely better.
This is what we need, like we already, this is, I think that's been,
Yep.
one of those.
And then if you're not logged in, it'll run you to the login page.
And then.
So then I just put on it.
We're almost to be done.
Or do I need to-
You're in.
Alright,
Great.
have it work.
Up there, it's not.
And then just call Moxi for the next thing then. And then if you go to
I think this is gonna be really good.
and this stuff on that. And then go to other.
On your static social posts, they're just static.
That work?
Caught my ear here.
This is my.
Can I just say something?
So if I just click on that, I can.
Show something fast.
You will need to recreate the bookmark because I don't.
So some of you guys have been asking about bookmarks, and I just kind of wanted to show real fast in case nobody knows. Okay, some people, I'm sure some people do, some people don't. If you click on right by your face up top in the right, there's 3 dots. If you click down and you go down to bookmarks, and then you're gonna say show bookmark bar. It's Control-Shift-B. If you click on it, it'll drop down, you'll see this app. So it'll drop down this bar right here. And if you're on, say, some of these and you want to save this page that you go to all the time, you just grab that link where the lock is, you just grab that, and you pull it down and you drop it in the bar below and it's there. So you can always go, whether it's your Facebook account, whether it's all these pages for learning. Yep. And the other thing that's nice is everybody has these, they're really long. If you want to edit them, you just right click and you hit edit. And then you can just delete and it'll be all these logins. So I have a bunch and I get in trouble for them because I have like, Amazon, all of them, like Gmail, I have a bunch of them going across. And then you can also create folders. So I have folders for, BHG and folders for Kansas City Homes. And so they're just such a little trick, just basic. So you shortcuts, yeah. I love shortcuts, so.
Lynn, what do you think? What do you think?
I think it looks great.
We had one question, does this work well on an iPad?
Yes, we actually have an iPad in here. We just can't show it on. Does the presenting work well or the building?
The creation, when you log into it via an iPad, it says, hey, you do this on a computer. You can do it on an iPad, but it is a little more tedious. I would recommend doing it on a computer, but the presentation does work well on an iPad.
Where do you say the?
If you did not hear that online,
Where do you say?
it does work on an iPad. The functionality is much better on a computer, but the presentation quality on an iPad is fantastic.
Mary, but then like Molly, so like it will show Molly.
So in present, anything you need changed as far as your profile, we can change on our end, and then in impress, you can change that. But right now, we're hoping that they're gonna make adjustments and you guys can adjust and present your profile but right now we have to, so. yeah,
So like rank, like it showed Richard and then.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it, okay.
And so, but you can go
To my-
into, if you have. that's a-
I know that it's
and you
10:30, or a little bit after 10:30. You all are free to go whenever you want to. Remember, if you have questions, problems,
That's where you.
Moxie
you can
help
make
at
it up in
kansascityhomes.com.
lowercase, you can do all that stuff.
Please go in and play with it, and we'd love to hear your feedback on it.
Right, if you wanna change certain things, you can, and then in present, if you're like, hey, I don't want it to say, maybe I don't want to say ball thing, then we can change that.
Okay.
Like, I want your photo, any of that stuff, you can totally do.
Okay. I mean.
But at least right now, in present, that's the way they're doing it, hopefully it's down the road.
They'll be,
You guys
and you got
will.
more picture copies.
Maybe there's something.
Okay, so I just need an email.
You can email, Marty, people, well, right now they're doing Moxi help. At Gmail.
And I'll
Thank you. Have a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this looks really, this is really.
Yes, but, I was thinking.
Yes. Now you know why I
Website?